Hey guys, let me start this video by being very clear and very honest, because honesty matters when we talk about self-defense and martial arts. Now, men are generally stronger than women, and that's not me trying to be controversial, that's just biology. And sometimes a bigger, stronger, faster man is going to overpower even a highly skilled martial artist. And that applies whether the person is a woman or whether it's someone much smaller, someone much weaker, or, in the case of me, someone who's a little bit older. Now, we need to say that out loud because pretending otherwise doesn't help anyone. False confidence is dangerous. Real confidence comes from understanding reality and preparing for it. Now, I'm very confident in my own skills. I've trained for a long, long time. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. But I know I can generally control and manipulate the vast majority of untrained men with relative ease. I can also deal with many people who do have experience from white belt right up to black belt level. Obviously, that depends on the black belt. But, and this is important, sometimes people have freakish attributes, whether it's strength, speed, endurance, stamina, explosiveness, aggression. And sometimes those attributes combine in a way that means even experienced martial artists can be overwhelmed. And that's just the truth. Does that mean that training is pointless? Absolutely not. It means training should be realistic. Martial arts doesn't make you invincible. It never has and it never will. But what it does do is it increases your odds. It gives you options. It gives you awareness, composure, and the ability to make better decisions when you're under pressure. And that really matters, especially for women. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see in all of the self-defense space is selling this idea that learning a few techniques somehow makes you unstoppable or invincible. And it doesn't. And telling women, especially women, that it does is just irresponsible. But here's the part that actually empowers women in a meaningful way. Training gives you familiarity with pressure. It gives you comfort in uncomfortable situations. It teaches you how your body moves, how balance works, how leverage works, how pressure works. It teaches you how to stay calm when someone is close or when someone is heavy or aggressive. Now, most people panic not because they're weak, but because they've never experienced controlled physical pressure before. Martial arts removes that fear through exposure, not through bravado. Now, for women, this is huge. It changes posture, it changes awareness, it changes how you carry yourself in the world. And often that alone prevents problems before they even start. Now, another important point, and this applies to everyone, not just women, is that the best self-defense is always avoidance. The goal is never to fight. The goal is to go home safe. Training should make you less likely to get into altercations, not more likely. And it should sharpen your judgment, not inflate your ego. Now, if training makes you reckless, then you're training wrong. And this is where good coaching and the right environment really matter. A good gym doesn't just teach you techniques, it teaches you awareness, restraint, discipline, responsibility, and it teaches you when to engage and when to disengage and when to just walk away. Now, for women especially, the right training environment is critical. You should feel safe, you should feel respected, you should feel equal, you should feel supported, not judged or tested. You don't need to be aggressive to train martial arts. You don't need to be fit to start. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You build confidence by showing up, not by being fearless on day one. Now, I've coached a lot of women and the pattern is usually the same. They come in, they're nervous, they're unsure, sometimes intimidated, but within weeks, they move differently. Within months, they think differently, they're calmer, more grounded, more confident in themselves and their boundaries. And not because they become like fighters, but because they become capable. And capability is empowering in a way that no motivational speech or slogan will ever be. Now, if you're a woman watching this and you've ever thought, then, I'd like to train, but I'm nervous, then, let me say this clearly. That feeling is completely normal and you're exactly the kind of person who should train. If the idea of walking into your first class feels intimidating, then you should know that every single person in that room started exactly where you are, whether that's man, woman, child, everyone started where you are. You don't train to become invincible, you train to become prepared. You train to reduce fear, you train to give yourself options if something ever goes wrong, and that is real empowerment. Now, if you're in or around the Manchester area in the UK, then I'd like to extend an invitation for you to come and train. I run a gym with my business partner, and we've got a lot of women who train with us regularly, safely, and with proper coaching. So if you're curious about martial arts, self-defense, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, kickboxing, and you want to give it a try in a supportive environment, then I'm more than happy to help. If you'd like to come in and try a few free classes, then you can reach out to me directly by email. I'll leave the link down below. There's no pressure, no commitment, and no expectations. Just come in, see what it's about, and decide for yourself. Now, like I said, I'll leave the contact details down below. And even if you're not local, guys, then I hope this message lands in the right way. Martial arts is not about dominance. It's not about ego. It's not about pretending that you're untouchable. It's about being prepared. It's about having awareness and self-respect. And every woman deserves those things. Now, if this video resonated with you, or if you know someone who it would resonate with and they'd like to hear this message, then by all means, please share it. And if you want more honest conversations around self-defense, training, confidence, and becoming harder to break, whether that's physically or mentally, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. If you enjoyed the content, then click that thumbs up button, and I'll see you again in the next one.